Hello guys, good morning. This is Rex and this is School of Rex. I have not slept today, but I'm fine. So if you are new to my channel, please do me a favor and subscribe for a brother, Like, comment and share. Share to your friends. Tell them the good news of Rex, This dawn I was working on a portrait and I was listening to an audio mark compilation of Burna Boys, Anybody, and I noticed something really interesting. Take a listen and come back.
I don't charge my energy, I no get time for no enemy. To reach people later.
You know, take better for now, you know, remember, do ya now, you know, depend on
Nothing with person never see. I'm on nothing with person never see. Forget it, I say bashi. And as soon as
you know, dodge it to wear, you know, dodge it what to wear, you know, the new kunu.
anybody, when no one to search it.
Whoa, right? That is exactly what I said. Whoa. That is how Burna Boy writes his songs. I mean, he's clever. Like, the man is lit. I don't really like, that kind of music, but then Burna Boy just makes it work. See how he sampled Angelique Kidjo and made it his own. This is a technique in music. It is called sampling. And if you don't understand things like that, you might think it is stealing, but it is not stealing. It is legit. It is called sampling. If you are a Burna Boy fan, you probably know this by now. Burna Boy draws so much inspiration from Fela Kuti. You can hear it in his music, you can hear it in his sound, you can see it in his dressing, you can hear it in his voice. Burna Boy's granddad was Fela Kuti's manager, so, growing up, he had a lot of, close range relationship with Fela Kuti, and that started to reflect in his music. This technique that he uses to write his songs, he did it in I Know One Die, I Know One Dead, that is a Fela Kuti something.
I know one die, I know one payment. I want enjoy, I want job life, I want buy motor, I want build house, I still want to know.
We know one die, we know one win, we know one quench, we know one go. I get one child, my mom different house, my pa different house. I want.
Whiskey did it in Manya. When him wachi I'm cow. That's how he wrote that song. Beyonce did it in Crazy in Love. It is called sampling. Kwame Eugene did it in Confusion in 2017, and he received a lot of backlash because people started to speculate that he stole Confusion. Unless he didn't reference or he didn't acknowledge the source of that song, he didn't steal it. Because let me define what sampling is. Sampling is when you take the chord progression, or you take the lyrics, or you take the sounds, or you take the production of somebody's recording and put it in your own music and make it your own. Let me draw an analogy here. In final year, you write a thesis or a dissertation, sorry. When you're writing this dissertation, it is your own idea, but then you back it up with other people's idea on the topic, right? So you go online, you search for what other people have done, and then you take them and put it in your own thesis and make it your own. That is how sampling works. You are listening to other people's music, you like this, you like that, and then you take this, you take that, put it in your own, and make it yours. It is legit. It is not a crime. It is not stealing. What can you sample? You can sample chord progressions. If it is do, la, fa, so, if it's do, ti, la, fa, if it is whatever it is, you hear the underlining chord progressions of a particular song, and then you take that, put that in your song and make it yours. You can sample sounds. Listen to how Beyonce sampled a market scene. Like you walk into a market and there's noise everywhere, and then you hear that and you hear music in that and you make a song out of that. Listen. Yes, you can sample sound. You can sample somebody's entire the entire production of the song. You can sample lyrics. You can sample lyrics. You can put some words. Maybe you take the vamp, you take the bridge, you take the hook, you put them in your song, and it is legit. How do you sample, and in what instance can sample get you into trouble? So it might interest you to know that Ed Sheeran was sued for $100 million for ripping off Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On. And if you listen closely, listen to this.
Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Darling, I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how, and if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on, oh, come on. So honey, now take me into your loving arms, kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Nothing wrong with me loving you, baby, no. And
Yes, if you listen closely, you can hear the exact thing from Marvin Gaye. The only problem is Ed Sheeran did not acknowledge that Marvin Gaye was the source, so he was sued. It is like in writing a thesis. If you write a thesis, you take ideas from other people and you do not cite. You can have your dissertation rejected. That is exactly what happened. So you can have your entire university degree revoked. That is how you can get into trouble for sampling. So unless you acknowledge the source, one, you ask for permission from the owner of the recording to be able to use the recording on your song. You have to have permission. You can buy rights from the owner of copyright to include their sound into your recording. And you can use public domain music. What is public domain music? In Ghanaian copyright law, anything that is in the public domain is what has lasted 70 years after the death of the person who created that thing. So if somebody created a song and died 70 years ago, you can now take his songs, put them in your own, and you are free to go. Nobody can come and harass you for that. It is what it is. That is public domain music. So you can Maroon 5 did it in his recent song Memories. Cheers to the one that we got, cheers to the one that it.
here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Cheers to the one.
He took that from, I think, a Beethoven or a Mozart song, a classical song from back in the day. It's a public domain song, so he didn't have, you know, any trouble sampling that. What is the difference between a sample and a cover? So a sample is not a cover. A sample is when you're taking, you know, parts of somebody's production, put that in your own song and create your own song. But a cover is when you are performing somebody's song in your own rendition. You know, Whitney Houston has, you know, the greatest cover of all time. My favorite song, I Will Always Love You. It is not Whitney Houston's song. I'm sorry, it is not Whitney Houston's song. It is Dolly Parton's song from 1974. But then Whitney had to do a cover of I Will Always Love You for a movie, The Bodyguard, in 1992. It was the soundtrack of that movie. And I Will Always Love You was just a cover, but then it happened to just blow so big that people mistaking that song for a Whitney Houston's original, but it's not an original. It is a Dolly Parton's original and a Whitney Houston's cover. You see, that is the difference between a sample and a cover. You know, there are so many benefits of sampling. The idea is that there's nothing new under the sun. I mean, you're probably in your living room thinking that you have just come up with this killer song that nobody has ever done before. It is, you're probably mistaken. Oh my God. You're mistaken. There's nothing wrong with sampling. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing new under the sun. So you can sample. Just make sure you acknowledge the source of that song. Like Katy Perry refused to do it and then she was sued for Dark Horse. She sampled Dark Horse and refused to acknowledge the source. Ed Sheeran sampled Let's Get It on Marvin Gaye and he was sued. Bruno Mars got into trouble with Mark Ronson, his producer, on Don't Believe Me, Just Watch. That song, he sampled it from an old song, Oops Upside Your Head. Oops upside your head, say oops upside your head. Uptown, funk you up, say uptown, funk you up. He sampled it, he got into trouble because he didn't acknowledge the source. So you can get into trouble, but if you acknowledge the source, you can sample. I mean, it is what people do in the industry. If you listen, if you really go into it and find them, you'll be amazed. Lonely, I am so lonely, I have nobody. Akon sampled that from a 1966 movie. Cardi B sampled I Like It Like That. Beyonce samples a lot. I think Beyonce is the greatest sampler of all time. She samples so much. She did it with I Love to Love You, Baby. That is a Donna Summer song she sampled. She samples a lot. She samples her own music. She samples other people's music, and it's just fine. You see? So if you are, you know, if you are stuck on a song right now and you need some ideas, you can turn to sampling and then find, you know, ideas from other people's music, what other people have done, put them in your song, make sure you acknowledge the source, and you're good to go. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and guys, like, thank you so much for the support you are showing so far. My vlog is like just 2 weeks old, and so far I think it's holding up. It's impressive, and thank you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Give me your ideas. Give me new ideas in the comment section. Give me ideas on what I should do next, because honestly, if I should tell you the truth, it's hard to find things to do on, you know, a vlog, and if you guys help me in the comment section, I'll be really appreciative of that. Thank you guys.